Oh, I'm back. OBS says I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Someone must have tripped on a cable somewhere. Where was I? So yeah, let's keep the weapons as they are. And let's just add so I want the player to be forced to go in and out of dungeons. So having loot only in the dungeons does that, and then I can put eggs on the surface. And mushrooms in the dungeons. And then what about meat? I think I'll remove meat for now. That's scary. Reordering them, but that should be fine. Runes are also gone. Yeah, I'm just consolidating so that I can polish the crap out of this the next 2 weeks and add back in what's missing. But I want to start with the absolute essentials that are working, that are super solid. Yeah, and that's these 14 enemies and the other stuff. So let's go through the error messages until this works again. Oh, actually I should, yeah, let's do that first. I need to remove all the monsters that aren't there anymore. Spider, centipede are there. This is gone. These are all gone. Actually, I have my list here. Okay, I lost the raptor. Let's put that one back in. Raptor was fast. And yeah, mummies. Then this and this should be it. Let's get it sorted for my list here so that it's easier to see. Spider, yeah, so that should be 14, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, yeah. What I found out doing this is that I can use the height of the enemy tile to notify the player of the strength of the enemy. So I'm doing that now. Kind of. Maybe not with these. It has to make sense with the enemy, of course. But actually, let's just do it to make it really visible. Yeah. Okay, let's check these real quick. Bring this in line so I can read it easier. Okay, Jackal, J, Wolf, W, and actually let's see, it's sleeping fast and stalking. Let's not make the Jackal stalk. Well, let's make them stalk. I'm debating how different these should be. So the idea is that jackals are the easier version of the wolf. So at the end of the game, you'll encounter wolves. At the start of the game, it'll be jackals. But the actual level, the difficulty is continuous, if that makes sense. So Jackal could be level 0 and level 2. But a wolf cannot drop below level 2, for example. Yeah, and I'm targeting 3 levels on the path. I might need to add a 4th one, but that'll be fine. 2 monsters across 4 levels is still plenty. So, and of course all of these will spawn. One of each in these pairs. So yeah, let's just check it really quick. And yeah, they are paired with their color. And of course with, so Goblin and Kobold and Goblin are pretty similar. So they are paired. As are the others. I still have the level here, but that will go. I'll have to remove that. Okay, Panther is not C. Actually, that's Cougar. Yeah. Why is this list different? Okay, let's move this around one last time. Spider. Okay, that's not where the bear belongs. Okay, like this. Okay, symbols are correct at least. Let's make one last change before I start fixing the error messages. And that is the object struct. I've added the level here because I thought I needed it, but I don't. That will be set programmatically. So in the new entity call, let's add this back. And an item as well. Okay. Let's start the madness. Yeah, animals are no longer, because they don't serve a purpose anymore. And I'll replace them with particle effects. So a swarm of birds, for example. That would be pretty nice. Or cockroaches on the floor, or rats on the floors. Yeah, that means visual effects, but not gameplay related. So it's going to sound and remove this. And let's see what this does. This spawns animals that can go. And this will be important, this function. Let's fix that one. Right now, because it has wrong monsters in it. So Jackal, that's actually dependent on the hero level now. So let's just make it easy. If the hero level is less than 2. Should I make it proper? Let's not make it at all. Let's say well, if I sort these correctly, that won't work. Let's make it explicit. So let's just spawn the lower monsters. Okay. Let's continue. Unused parameter L, so the layer. That's actually a good point. I should. Thank you, Clang. So let's switch on the layer. If it's underground, or if it's, make it the other way around. So layer 2 is surface, these two are underground. And these monsters split kind of nicely. So over and underground, namely these 3. These 4. Yeah, so this is the base. Jackal, the serpent and the bear overground. Skeleton, kobold, oh, the cougar is also overground. Jackal, serpent, bear, cougar. Skeleton, kobold and spider is underground. Let's just split it like this. That it won't be. Maybe it's okay. But I think the kobolds should also be here, or only up there. Snakes only down there. Not sure why I made it 7 and not 8. Should I add 2 more? Because then it would evenly divide. I should probably do that. Or I take 1 away. I could do that as well. The thing is, I have much more. I mean, the game is 80% or more. actually, it's not true. If it's the path, yeah, maybe 80% above ground and 20 below. So that might be fine. Let's just leave it like this. And let's put the kobolds in both. That's even, I'd say. Okay. Declared identifier meat. That's an egg now. Let's see if I named that correctly. Yeah. Let's see how, yeah. So full is 500. So let's try plus 300. Well, let's just set it to full. Frog. Okay, loot. Yeah, they are all gone. So that's easy. Okay. I have to update the metrics. That's a bummer. While I'm here, let's fix the things that are no longer there. Secrets, enemies, bushes, arrows. Yeah, that's also consolidated. Let's move this over. And in the display here, this is gone. This is gone. Let's move trap over here. Stone. Use of undeclared identifier animal. Okay, wasn't finished here, it seems. Walk over stuff. This could be fun. Could be some kind of infighting. Let's see what happens. I've just so if an enemy is chasing the hero and there's something in the way, I just told it to attack it. Of course that won't attack back. Let's just see. Missing field initialize here. So this is the object array, and I've added the level, which I now have to take away. And it was before the flags, behavior flags. Actually, that's, oh no, I have to do it with everything. Even coins had levels. Well, not anymore. See if that works. Okay, builds again. That's a bear, if I saw that correctly. So yeah, the pebbles. I should actually call them pebble. Let me turn off music. I made another change in that I raised the edges, the lines. Why is there meat on the floor? I raised the edges of the playfield, but there are rendering errors. So as you can see over here, the other side shines through because the walls are not rendered. That has something to do with the order I do things. But I like the effect. It's super subtle, but it makes it clear that that's a boundary immediately. Okay, that's a sling. That's cool. Okay, let's call them pebbles. There's a sleeping kobold. So that's cool. I don't like the color. Let's change it immediately. Let's give the kobold this dirty color. That's called grass. cobalt. And for the spider, don't know if I want purple. Let's try the violet. It's not good. I still have a reddish color. Let's try that. But yeah, I mean, what color are spiders? Gray. Let's give them gray. Because come on. The other enemies with gray are jackal and wolf, and I don't think they will mix very often, and they have different letters. Oh man, look at how many S's I have. Skeleton, serpent, spider, saber cat. Might have to change one or, I mean, I should change 2 of those at least. That solves one. Have I written that without? No, it's with H. Yeah, this is mummy. Okay. And then one other, still 2 S's. I mean, spider and snake are sadly very near. Okay, cougar I can't change into panther. And saber cat into lion. That would solve that. Or should I do tiger? Let's stay with lion for now. Yeah. Okay, that leaves 2 S's. Yeah, I mean, snakes should probably go. There should also be a visual effect. Or should I use a specific spider name like Anaconda? Not sure. Um, um, I'm tempted to write Komodo, but or the other way around, Komodo. Not sure, but I'm not sure if that's yeah, goodbye, snake. I also don't like the centipede, but what's next in line? What's the successor of a spider? Panther. Why did I? Oh, because it's an S. I mean, I can afford that actually. Do I want walking skeletons? Yep. I'm not sure, but I convinced myself that ghouls and mummies that... What did I convince myself? I think I just confused myself. It's pretty much what I did today. Skeleton. Cool. Okay, what else? Serpent is gone. There is now lizard. Yeah, where's the mummy? Oh, that's a strong monster. Yeah, there's no strong monsters here right now. Haven't changed it. No. Looks okay. So last time I threw a pebble, it did 0 damage, which looked pretty realistic, but oh, come on. That was not what I intended. Okay, 4 damage. Yep, that's... Oh, and that's the end. I like the cobalt color. That's a plus. It looks ugly, but it fits in well. The other colors. Okay, that was a kobold, a panther, and now a bear. Why's there? Yeah, I mean, there's still meat lying around. Let's fix that. Before I forget it again. That has to be in tile here. Remove markers. Replace bush with shrub. Shrub is gone. Place corpses, yes. Place spikes with then cap. That's just wrongly named. Yep. So let's give that a new... Oh, come on. Stupid. Let's give that a sprite. Let's just draw one. I think that's the same as the ring. Maybe I should change the ring sprite. It also doesn't look like mushroom. This is an implied shadow, but I have that nowhere else. And so that's a bit much. So maybe this. That's index 380. And it's gray. The eggs are a dirty gray. And they also don't have a sprite. That could be kind of difficult. How do I present eggs? Well, I should have thought of that. The mushroom is... Mushroom can grow anywhere, actually. So let's remove the eggs, even though they are a nice picture. Yeah, that should be it. Let's see what broke. And let's place caps. Okay, and that is in all layers. So that's good. Let's see if I recognize them. I remember they had a height of 0, so that's okay. That means you can step on top of them and pick them up. There's one. That looks fine. Not sure if everybody understands what cap means. Why am I using the wrong word? I could just call it mushroom. Why be so? Still manga. That's much better. hit sound. There's no hitting mushrooms. It's an item. Yeah, not sure why. Oh, that was the berry bush. What did I do? Okay. Let me check something. That is, if I stand near a sleeping monster, do I give it a chance of waking up? Let's just try. Okay, it's night again. 2 mushrooms. Okay, that's either super lucky or there are too many of them. Okay, let's take the pebble in our hands. This, or the stone, whatever. Potion. Another pebble. Looking for a secret iron. There it is. I have a sling. Oh, I'm out of pebbles. Okay, with 9 health. So that was easy. Okay. Actually, should be able to push this to the sleeping kobold. That's pretty mean. Oh, okay. Ring is pink. Because I'm debating if I should rename it Trinket. Let's leave it at ring. So I'm thinking about this because it's a ring +1. So as I was thinking, if this was +2, it would be named Amulet. But what if... No, don't. No, forget it. I was thinking about making the items purely duplicates, so that there is a ring +1 and an amulet +1, but they do the same thing. That's bad. So that means that I actually, yeah, I've postponed this, but I would actually need a third name. What if I tier the melee weapon and I start with just a bone, like in Secret of Evermore? Then you get an axe. You also get an axe in Secret of Evermore. Could be, actually. And then you get a sword. I mean, it's by chance. So swords are super rare, axes are pretty rare, and bones are... you probably get a bone pretty easily. Or maybe I devalue the weapon attack power, so that it's just marginally... It gives you just a marginal advantage. And then I could... What could I do then? Then I could just have 2 permutations. Anyways, let's fix the ring. And the amulet as well. Let's make this just grass colored. Actually, get stone colored maybe. Oh, that's more of a bone color. Okay, what else is pink? Just the markers. Damn it. What I realized is as you level up, the game gets more spongy, and I think I like that. You have this crispy start where everything's life or death, but after you've kind of settled, you leveled up, you have a few items, a few pieces of gear, a couple of food and potions, and your health goes up quite a bit. So let's say if I had 20 health, then yeah, the game gets much more. It's not leisurely, but it's not as cutthroat as the beginning. I think I like that change. It's like two different modes of playing. Oh, come on. This is really brutal. So I'll have to I think I especially have to nerf the fast enemies. I'll look at it in a second because I've changed some of the numbers and it seems especially brutal today. Yeah, and I'll maybe have to change the algorithm that places stuff in the world because it's not clear what the actual chances are. So that would be nice. So I can control what happens in a more direct way. Come on. Yeah, but I think over the next 2 weeks I should be playing the game at least an hour or two every day. To get a feel for the changes, but the thing is, each time I change something that might completely alter the game. So I'd have to learn it again, basically. Which is fine, but it takes a whole lot of time, which is kind of running out for me. But it's okay. As I said, I'll set expectations in the Steam description. The price will be reflecting that, and then I should be fine. I've been here, yeah. Yeah, the only thing I'm kind of I think I want to avoid is hardcore gamers coming in and having a wrong picture. I'm not running in circles here. And expecting the latest and greatest in roguelike core loop extravaganza. That's not going to happen. This is a much more chill game. If you couldn't see from how it plays already. And let me look at the... So it's about 2 weeks until I have to submit the game for review. And still not quite sure what I should prioritize. I mean, obviously gameplay. Obviously a sense of polish. I mean, I can polish the game after I send it into review, so but I mean, there's the technical side. Just assuring that the game runs well on the many systems that people have. And I'm sure there are many pitfalls that I am potentially stepping into. But I'm tempted to just fix them as they come. Because otherwise I would have to... Not even sure how you would do that. I mean, I could... If I was a millionaire, if I had the money, I could buy 20 different PC setups. But even then you'll miss something. So yeah. So technical things is one thing. Polish is the other thing. And then, I mean, most important is gameplay. But also let's not say gameplay, let's say experience, because that includes audio, which is lacking. Obviously lacking. I mean, I mean, it's obviously lacking in other ways, I guess. But audio is one. And yeah, maybe I do 1 week polish and 1 week experience. And that would mean yeah, everything gameplay and then music. Yeah, putting in gameplay would mean putting in the last remaining features before release, of course. I mean, release is just a date. It's, for me, it's not that special. I mean, it's me saying, hey guys, this has reached a sufficiently high level for me to let everyone play it for a small fee. But I'll continue with the game after that. Just as I did now, maybe not that extreme. So I'm on 14-15 hour days for the last 30 days. And that's obviously not sustainable. I think I am running in circles. I think I even had a 16-hour day. And that's, yeah, I mean, I'm not that young still to pull that off regularly. I mean, regularly that's fine, but not every single day. And also, I think during these crunch times, I think the game suffers a bit, at least, from things landing in the game that did not have the proper time to gestate. And yeah. I think the game could need more monsters. Let's see. So I'm currently pushing every 30th tile. There's a spawn marker. And on those spawn markers, every third is a stone pebble. And the rest is monsters. Let's up this a bit. Maybe I'll see more monsters now. Yeah, with the lifted, as you can see here, with the lifted edge tiles, you have these gaps. So let's have to, I mean, it's pretty obvious here. And that's just because the tessellation doesn't, I mean, there are walls, as you can see here. That's all a wall. The tessellation doesn't take these lifted ones into account, which is just weird. That's just an issue with the order I do things in. Jesus. Okay, that's pretty brutal. Let's look at the numbers. Skeleton. Okay, they all have 6 health and 6 attack. Attack roll 6. But the bear and the mammoth, which have both 12 health and less attack. So first of all, let's reduce the attack roll on the fast enemies, because that's what kills me the whole time. And then increase it for the slow enemies. Why is a lizard slow? Does that make sense? Yeah, let's leave it like that. And yeah, I've lost the ranged enemies. Let's make the spider ranged again. And one of the latter enemies, maybe a goblin, certainly not a mammoth, a lion, could be a centipede. The centipede must sting. And actually, let's make not sure. Wish I could make some kobolds range attack, but that's also bad. Let's say the goblin attacks in range. So and yeah, that's why I'm doing this. Range attacks also need to be lower because they come in rapid succession. And I haven't added the shadow in a long time. So let's add the shadow to the dungeons. Oh god, where is it? Choose. Dungeons, and then I skeleton spider. Let's move this skeleton up here. And the... What am I doing here even? Or was that just now? I think, okay. Confusing myself. Okay, shade. Or shadow. Yeah, I want something overground that's not just animals. So let's see what the shadow does. I think it should be... Yeah. Should still work. Did the spider just attack there? Oh, there's a shadow. Damn it. Do they spawn in houses now? Yeah, that's funny. What is this? Okay. Oh. This is actually kind of scary. Oh yeah, there's so many monsters now. Is that just bad luck? I mean, it could be. Yeah, I quit the path with the editor. Nothing. Okay. Okay, killed myself. And the thorns. That was very bright of me. Let's see where the path is. Not there. Okay, that's much fairer. So the reduced damage on the fast enemies. Okay, there's more enemies now. I like that. Oh, that's a shadow. That confused the heck out of me. Survived. Okay, there may be too many monsters now. But I see actually it's kind of fun. Yeah, pebbles. I like that the pebbles are hard to see. But that there are kind of a lot of them. And mushrooms as well. Might have to Reduce the mushrooms. Okay, and that... Let's try this again. So I've moved off screen. Let's go all the way over here. And this mushroom is back again as well. Still there. There should be a 50-50 chance of them being removed. Let's see if that's the case. Yeah, this time I think it's gone. Yeah, the level up message sucks as well. But that's an easy fix. So yeah, it's gone now. Let me make really sure. And then I'll remove the 50-50 chance. Yeah, okay. Let's remove spawn. Yeah, so spawn the thing, in this case a pebble or a mushroom, and roll a dice on if to remove the spawn point. And now just remove it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't want players tracking back and forth. And also let's lower the edges again. Can I remember? There it is. Height goes away. Actually, it's not that bad. The border tiles. It might actually be better this way. It's less busy on the screen. Yeah, problem solved. Oh, there's a shadow. Oh, could not sneak past. But it got stuck on the door. Cannot pass the door. That would be bad. Don't let enemies block landing edges. If it's not the hero and the monster wants to move onto a ledge, a porch, stairs up or stairs down, then disallow it, but I'm talking about doors. Block side behind. Okay, weird. Goes onto the to-do pile. And that's No longer today. That's today and tomorrow probably. Enemies cannot pass through doors. Actually, let's investigate. There's a door. There's a door. Let's wait till there's one. Yeah, cannot go through it. Port. Is it maybe in Chase? Or is it line of sight? Where's the door mechanism? It sets the size of the door to 0. So this wouldn't trigger. So the entity should see through the door. And the door is also open. Can just not move. Okay, there's 3 checks in path, but they are irrelevant. And then there's entity.c, which we just checked. Let's check for door. And I have nav.c and object.c. Let's see what object.c says. Adapt the ground color. Yeah, that's nothing. Door is a port. Port is a prop. Okay, let's go all the way. Search for prop. It was actually way less than I thought. Entity.c. Prop. What is this? This is use. What is going on here? Oh, okay. Confusing myself. Attack. That's not what I want. Oh, is it that maybe? I told them to attack props that are in the way. Don't think so. Maybe there it is. Chase. If the entity so the enemy tries to walk. If that succeeded, then this function ends. But if the hero could not walk and there's an entity, why would he not be able to walk, the enemy? Anyways, if there's an entity and it's a prop or an enemy and it has health and attack. Hey Vasi, how's it going? What are you up to? Let's check if the doors have health. No. I don't get it. Just letting some food go down. Yeah, I'll make myself a pizza later. I see you use absolutely zero syntax highlighting. You just got used to that? I use syntax highlighting on comments and strings. But that's it really. Yeah, I just got used to it. One day I thought, why install Vim when I have VI already installed, and that was it. And it's, yeah, I don't even think about it. But this is also code that I've written. Does VI have visual mode? Yeah, sure. That's what VI stands for. EX is what doesn't have visual mode. Would you mind showing me? I use NeoVim, but like to keep things minimalistic. Barely have plugins, TBH. Yeah, sure. So the actual VI implementation I use is NVI. And well, how do I show you this simplest way? I use NVI because I've used OpenBSD for the longest time. Not NVIDIA, thanks. And portable OpenBSD. This should be it. Yeah, it's NVI. It comes on OpenBSD and it's basically VI. So here's the README. It's basically VI, but it has the added feature that it can split the screen, like in Vim. So if I want to open another file, this, so I have two files. But it's only one split and it's only vertical. And everything else is basically stock. EX. Next RC. This is my config file for the editor. Wait, I was expecting SP or VS. What is :SP :VS? Expecting for what? I'm curious. Oh wait, yeah, uppercase E, sorry. Now I get it. Yeah, it's uppercase E for opening the split screen. V is for vertical split. Ah, yeah. It's been a couple of years since I used something else, so I might be rusty. Vim or NeoVim, that is, yeah. So I've used Vim for until three years ago, I think, and since then I've been just using NVI. Set AI is auto indent. That's auto indent. Ruler is just numbers at the bottom, and file C is for the when I want to open something. File C is the character that I have to press at this point, which I set to tab to show all the files. Which is stupid that you have to set it, but I'm on Arch Linux and there you have to set it. So there's a tab character behind there. And yeah, that's my config. So basically nothing. And I mean, syntax highlighting is kind of weird at the beginning, but I haven't thought about it in years. So you typically use your editor for navigation. File navigation, yeah. So I have everything in one folder, so it's easy. If you look at this, it's all the files are in one folder, and then I just open what I want. So I do everything in the editor. I open files. I use RCS for source control, so I can check out. Let's check out. I can check out files. I can check in files. So with the exclamation mark, I do everything. So I build the game. I clean it. I make it. I run it. Yeah. I treat the shell like an IDE and the editor is a secondary for me. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the old Unix way. But I'm not sure if I'll ever get into that. If you're really good with all the I mean, it's absolutely amazing what you can do with a Unix system, with all the pre-installed tools that come with Unix that nobody knows about today. And if you knew all of these, and I don't know the majority of them, everything would be much easier. What people try to do nowadays with all the third-party tools. Yeah, Bitestream programming is very strong. Using tr, org, set, cut, grab. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So yeah, it's absolutely fascinating for me, to me. The Unix way of doing things, or the old Unix systems. Shell workflow is interesting. Recommend to try it at some point if you get curious. What exactly would that entail? Shell workflow. Because I'm editing source files all day, so I'm not quite sure if that would work for me. So there's not much data that I have to change or move around. It's just all text. It's all source text. e.g. instead of cd and ls spamming, have an alias b, which is for browse, and it pops up a fuzzy finder. I can have in that. Pressing enter on a directory will step into the next directory, and dot goes back. Pressing on a file opens my editor. That's just one, though. It's a friend's workflow that I got inspired by. Pressing on a file, so it's for browse, so it opens, what's it called, Midnight Commander or something like that. Because I've tried that at one time, I think. It was amazing for just flipping through files, source files. It's not just a file browser, okay. It's not a file browser, it just takes std in and outputs std out. You can fuzzy find pressing enter. Any entry just outputs to std out. It's as simple as that. It's called FCY, if you're interested, by Jay Hawthorne. By pressing enter on an entry, so it lists entries, or how do I have to envision this? Captions. There's a preview. I think links are forbidden. I'm not quite sure. They always show up with star star star. But let me search for it. If I can find my browser. But I think I closed that. FCYJ Thorn. Find. Let's see. Ah, okay. That sounds amazing for. That looks amazing for people like package managers or that work on distributions. And you say you have an alias B for that. I mean, it looks fun. Yes, there's more to it. There are other ones that are defined which are super powerful. Okay. That's interesting. But so the thing is, I'm just living in that one folder in my computer. EE shows me all edited files I've ever edited. Whenever I edit a file, it gets stored at home near in a file called edited files. Okay. Are you editing that many files? Or I mean, it probably makes sense in a more corporate setup than I have. So no matter what directory I'm at, I can just type EE and start editing. EE is the same concept, but only shows for current D and sub D. Very useful. Okay. That sounds fancy. Persistent storage. Because let's say my computer shuts down, I can restore back to where I'm basically instantly. It's not session storage either, it's just text stored in a file. Makes it easy to pass to. Restore back to where I am. You mean open the editor and move to the folder and stuff? Or restore what exactly? Okay, this looks kind of pretty. Well, like getting back to the directory I was at with C, which shows all directories I've visited. Same concept as EE, but for directories. Do you move around that much on your computer in the shell? Because I move to my home dir and into my project folder, and that's it. Maybe I go to the downloads folder sometimes, or on a USB stick, but otherwise. But I'm a special case, of course. Oops. Great. Oh, to equip it. That's lived on one life. Is that the way? A friend of mine has a quote: "Sage is air, sad is water, orc is bread, fuzzy is honey." That's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. It's pretty funny. Yeah, for me it's Tmax and wait, what else? Bash and Tmax and VI and GCC. But I'm cheating on GCC with Clang. Because I'm cross compiling for Windows, so I'm on Windows, unfortunately. Okay, so you're using subsystem for all that, or how does that work? Oh look, sling and shield makes sense together. Or does it? I think so. Use BusyBox, which is a binary with Unix tools compiled for Windows. That has Ash shell, which is like Bash but more simplified. Okay. Yeah, I know BusyBox. What's it called? The many executables in one executable. That type of program has a name, I think. I used to use WSL, but this is more lightweight. And that's basically what I need. It also interacts with my actual OS closer. Yeah, you want to kill a process, it'd be quite hard to do that in WSL. Yeah, I've just had little experience with WSL. I just set it up so that I can get the ugly part of the Windows port out of the way, and since then I've only used it for debugging. So I installed LLVM proper. Well, actually, is that true? Yeah, proper for Windows, and I use LLDB exe to debug the Windows version of the game. But other than that, I find the Windows terminal is borderline unusable because it's so laggy. So yeah, I try to do as little as possible in there. I think I'm backtracking again. You use Windows Terminal, okay, it may be that you have a faster PC. And I have to say, I think Windows Terminal itself was okay, but with WSL and then with Tmux on top of that, that became horrible. I mean, if you install OpenBSD and type in the shell, it's two different worlds. It's something completely different. It's absolutely instant. Every keystroke. It feels like the keys are coming faster than you can type. I used to use Tmux and then I realized all I'm using Tmux for is basically just like what I can do already in Windows Terminal. Instead of sessions, I have tabs, and for splits, that's already built in. Say that last bit again, please. I was just reminiscing about the near zero latency in the OpenBSD terminals. I miss them dearly. Because Arch Linux is 10 times faster than Windows Terminal on my machine. But it still doesn't get near OpenBSD. But sadly, OpenBSD has a Radeon driver bug that crashes the whole computer every 20th time I start the game. So I'm not on OpenBSD right now. But I'd prefer that. But on the other hand, OpenBSD doesn't have OBS, so streaming is a hassle. I've written a FFmpeg streaming script that works, but you just don't have the control and clarity. It's just much harder. Where is the path? Oh, there it is. Can destroy this trap. Okay, this looks actually pretty nice. Damn. Hey K3, there. What are you building with? Custom engine or existing one? It's custom. It's not really an engine. It's just the game. Not to sound pretentious, but it wouldn't support another game. So it's a stupidly simple code to get this running. 4 potions. Shadow. Cool, what are you using? C and what else for graphics? looks awesome. 3D-ish. Thanks. Yeah, it's actually proper 3D with OpenGL, but of course nothing fancy. It's just sheets of textures. I already have a shield. So yeah, it's written in C. I just use OpenGL, and I wrote all the platform layers by hand. Hey Andre. So all the platform layers, the OpenGL initializations and stuff. So there are no libraries in the game. Actually, that's not true anymore. I have, since yesterday, I have a zip library for file compression and the ogg4bis audio file compression from Nothings SDB. So I've dropped those two into the game. And yeah, I've compressed the game files. So it was 240 megabytes, and now it's 20 megabytes. And that's pretty awesome. Oh, I should put the starting screen here somewhere. That would be nice. What is this? 12. Oh, come on. 12, 14, 435. Is it like a Sogoban? I mean, there are elements of it in there, but these puzzles are mostly random. I mean, they're static, but I haven't thought much about them. So, and they are basically just get the stuff out of the way of the path so you can continue. So, yeah, these stones, they have no significance other that you can squish enemies to death with them. Oh, starving. Is that the way? I don't think so. I'm trying the V10. The dialogues are nice. I hope you don't mean the content, because the content is placeholder. I just left that in. But yeah, it kind of gives the idea how they, the way they are appearing. Oh yeah, thanks. I also like the sound. Yeah, sound in the letters. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm still amazed that my little sound engine, which is not even an engine, can handle playing that many sounds in succession. Actually kind of crazy. Because it has, I think it has 32 sources, and they all get filled up when it plays the dialogue sound. Then again, there's not much else playing at that time, so. Oops. Oh, I'm still using the sling. That's not good. I don't like that there's so much stone here. I'm gonna do some work. Maybe I'll see you around. I'd have to check out VI. Take care. Yeah, you as well, Fussy. See you soon, hopefully. K3, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. So yeah, what was I going to do today? Already forgot. I wanted to layer the enemies. Okay, where am I on the path? I'm level 1. I have, well, just a ring. I have basic gear. But where on the path am I? Oh, damn it. Where's the next stone? Because I want to see how far into the path I am, so that I can get a feeling for when the harder monsters will appear. Oh Jesus, what that guy doing? So I can set that up. Question is, I should actually just use the how far the players into the path to determine if I spawn harder monsters. Yeah, that's actually much fairer. So never mind. There's a 6th. So I'm 60% there. I'm level 1. I still think there are too few monsters. What is this check? Returns index of patch in path. Yeah, this is never -1. That's stupid. Because I checked it earlier. here if the, oh, actually that's not true. Oh god. Getting confused. So if the patch, the tile patch is in the path, is not in the path, then it returns -1. Don't I check this earlier? Oh god. I think there might be a fundamental mistake here. I mean, not a bad one. Kind of. So this function goes through the whole world, every single tile, and decides to place stuff or remove stuff. And it should only place stuff if the tile is in the path. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, shouldn't place traps outside the path. So if it's not in the path, then continue. Or if it's 0. 0 is the first. Actually, let's. Never mind that. So places. Sorry. Actually, this. Why is this here and not in this function? Where the game chooses what to place. Yeah, it should be over there. So let's do it like this. In 200. That's not going to work. But I want this over there. What enemy is a U? Is it an undead? An undead person. But they have since been renamed today, and they are now ghouls, I think. Yeah, I've renamed a bunch of enemies. And are still in the process of cleaning up my mess. Okay, replace that. And that, and that, and that. Okay, that should actually change nothing. But this is more tricky. It's actually the way I wanted to do it. Okay. This will skew things quite a lot, but oh, I have to return this even. It's even easier. So, and then this gets packed in there. And this looks clean. It's probably a bad sign. If I know my luck. Okay, let's see what happens. There's mist. That's good. Maybe that's why I wanted the mist to spawn outside the path. Come on. Okay, I mean there's a monster, that's good. There's another monster. Actually, let's look at the pattern. Let's spawn a huge amount of enemies or stuff, actually. Every five tiles. Okay, this bear, mushroom. Okay, I mean this works. Obviously. Okay, this is completely unplayable. But maybe the right way to approach this task of making the game not suck. That is, you make it ultra suck and then you have something to work away from. I'm just saying words. Ooh, that's bad. That's super bad. I mean, it's not super bad, but it's pretty bad. Come on. To do today. Often patch at 1365 435. Okay. Let's push it up to normal levels. Actually, let's go slow. Let's do 20. Wow, that was satisfying. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end here. Getting pretty tired. And I still have to make another short. And what else? Work on the Steam page a bit. Yeah. Okay, have a good rest. Thanks, Andre. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll be on tomorrow again. And hopefully I'll have this mess resolved that I created. I mean, it's almost playable again. But yeah, I mean, it's playable. It's almost playable to good. You get what I mean. Yeah. Okay. So thanks everybody for watching. and I will be back tomorrow with more work on the game. Alright, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow if you have time. Alright, bye guys.